everybody, welcome to Morning Glory Farmstead. My name is Lolly and this channel is all about gardening, animals, and nature. Y'all, these were just buds an hour ago, and then I looked outside again and they had turned into white flowers. I told my daughter I should have done a time lapse so y'all could see the change. It is going to be a beautiful day today. It's going to get warm, and so the grandkids are coming over to play before they do their homeschool, and time to get those dogs out before it gets too hot and let them run around and use up some energy. Y'all have a dog outside that every time you play, he wants to play in the water, gets soaking wet. I have to try to outsmart him so I can get the water bowl back full again. Playing in water is one of George's favorite activities of all times. That and the ball. So today my goal is to move one or two of my green stalks from this side of the sunroom by taking them apart, going through the sunroom, taking tier by tier, and putting them outside the window onto this table, which I'll have to make level there and kind of fix that. But because I can't do a whole lot of walking and I've already been on my feet since early this morning, hanging out with the dogs and the grandkids, I gotta save myself some steps, and so that's easier than going around through the two gates that I would have to go through just to come through. And honestly, if I'm carrying those heavy tiers, there's no way I'm gonna be able to open those gates and then close them to keep the animals where they need to be. So I'm about to get started on that right now. After y'all watch this, if you didn't watch the video before this about my new garden space, I explain all about why I'm moving over to this area from my wonderful catio. So I had to keep opening and closing the window in between each tier so that the cats wouldn't jump out. So I'd have to close it, go back, get a tier, come back, set it down, open the window, put it out, close it, go back, get another one, set it down. My goodness, you guys, talk about inefficient. So here is where it started to get tricky. So you're trying to put it together like a puzzle, and I'm trying to get the greens aligned on different sides so that I'm not smashing the ones on the tier beneath it. No matter how hard I tried, I still ended up smashing a few of the leaves, but I didn't actually break anything off, so that's success. Y'all, I had to take a break because it is hot. I had to go get some chicken. Some silky chicken. Say hey, Silky. Say hey, Silky. She's my baby girl. Sweet girl. Y'all look at her feet. Okay? That's how you can tell a Silky. Look at all those toes. They're different than a regular chicken. See? And she's just as precious as she can be. She even did her hair for this video. Y'all look at that. Look at Silky's hair. She's such a sweet, sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. All right, she's gonna go play for a while. Y'all, this is just a reminder, like what I've talked about in my other videos, to try to get it where you want it first so that you don't have to do this. Now this tier about made me want to pull my hair out. It's like it can only go one way. What in the world is going on? But there's always a silver lining, and that is, at least for this tier, I didn't feel like I was standing upside down on my head trying to do it all that time. So here, I'm just taking in the breeze and enjoying the fact that I am done with that one green stalk. Y'all, that's not for the faint of heart. All right, y'all, I'm sweating bullets. That was some serious manual labor. Now, I've had to move some things before, but today was pretty rough. Probably number one, because I watered it yesterday, and so it's still really heavy. And number two, it is 80 degrees out, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's actually feeling hot after coming from freezing temps or being in the 40s. I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna right now doing all this lifting of this heavy stuff. Now this was heavy, but y'all keep in mind, this is the leaf. This isn't even the original tiers yet. So I'm done for the day. The reason I wanted to share this with you guys is because in my other videos, I've talked about trying to get them where you want them before you have to move them. Now, sometimes you just have to, like I do. I really don't feel like I have a choice. I got way too much going on this season and I need more room. But there's a few things to point out here. The leaf tier is heavy if you've watered it at all, okay? So I watered mine yesterday morning and it's the next day and they're still super heavy. The ground is wobbly out here, so y'all saw me kind of showing you how it rocks back and forth because I'm no longer on my catio where I had that cement slab. And you got to see me struggle as one person who's not really that in shape because of all my health issues. And so, man, one of those was like a Rubik's Cube. It didn't matter what I did. I couldn't get it to fit in there right. You know, it's like puzzle pieces. They just fit together. And you got to be careful not to damage all the plants in the process if you're going to be moving it. Now, this was one of the easiest ones to do because I planted my giant noble spinach on opposite sides. But even so, I was still smashing some of my greens when I was putting it together. So if you've only got one person, it's hard to hold your plants out of the way and then get it to fit like it's supposed to go back together. You got to keep maneuvering it sometimes. And when it's heavy, it's even harder to do. And if I had had plants all the way around that, some would have probably seen the last of their days today. And I thought I had it in the most level spot, but it's apparently not because it's wobbling a lot. And when I tried to move it over, it wouldn't budge. Now, in my last video, when I showed you the new garden setup and where I was going to be putting it, I said I'd like to get it to a better place. You know, more like what I wanted. Some kind of solid foundation under it. So I don't even have pavers or anything under it. So if a storm comes, like this weekend, it's supposed to rain and get back down in the 40s and everything, I'm going to have to come out here and take this apart because if a strong wind comes and it's already wobbling like that, I don't want this whole thing to topple over. So I'm going to have to take care of that. So that's it for today. I've been up all morning. I've been out here with the grandkids today, messing around and playing with the dogs. So my leg and my foot are done. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you real soon in the next video. And until then, y'all have a great couple of days. Bye-bye.